everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be talking about my LASIK eye surgery experience. So without further ado, let's get started. So a little background on me: when I was in 3rd or 4th grade, my optometrist prescribed me glasses because of how bad my vision was. And so I wore glasses up until I think 9th grade. And by that point, I think I was at like a -5 or something. And then right before I got LASIK in January of this year, my vision was a -6.5. Whenever I didn't have on my glasses or my contacts, just everything is super blurry. Like, it's just unfortunate, honestly, and kind of annoying when you're just trying to watch TV and you can't even see like the TV screen and what's going on there. So that had me thinking, why not LASIK eye surgery? Obviously, I've heard about it before. David actually got it done in 2021, so I took care of him as he recovered from his procedure. So I don't know, I was thinking maybe now is the time for me to check it out. So in my search for a good eye place to do the job, I found 2 different ones. So I initially went to the first one and I kind of, felt out the people there, and they performed different tests to see if I was, a good candidate for LASIK, and I was. Now, this first place was essentially saying, I think I went in there on like a Monday or Tuesday, and they were saying I can get the surgery done that Friday. Mind you, David and I actually were going to go on a trip, I think the week after that week or 2 weeks, something. And they were saying like, oh, it's fine, you can recover, like you'll be recovered by then or something like that. And for me, I just felt a little off by that, a little sketchy about that response. I'm sure like they know what they're talking about, but I just didn't feel like okay for myself that I'd be okay. So didn't go with that place. So I went to the second place, and they, the same exact thing. They ran tests, but I just felt like a different vibe. It's a more secure vibe. I feel like they ran a little bit more tests than the other place, and they were very strict on the timeline leading up until when I get LASIK, as well as the post-care instructions as well were really like laid out. So I ended up going with the second place. So since I went with the second place, my surgery was actually scheduled for January 6th of this year, and the instructions for the surgery pretty much were, I believe it was 2 weeks before my scheduled date. I was supposed to take out my contacts, I think, to give my eyes, some rest. So I wore my glasses that entire time. And then 2 days before the procedure, I was to come back to the office so they can run additional tests just to make sure my eyes were really ready for LASIK. Some of the tests that they performed, I believe, was to check the thickness of my cornea and just other different tests to make sure that my eyes could sustain surgery. And so then on January 6th, I believe, I forgot what time it was, like 6 or something, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. in the morning, I went in and I had my surgery. So on the actual surgery day, I remember walking into this like giant room, which I actually saw, I think the first visit I ever had at this place. They actually like gave me a tour of the office, which is amazing. So I went into this giant room, and there was a bunch of people in there, including like the doctor, I think a few nurses and stuff like that. They instructed me to lay down on the bed that was there. And there's like this machine, which obviously is LASIK machine, that kind of surrounded the bed, essentially. So they had me lay down. They explained every step that they were doing and what's to be expected. I believe the first thing they did is put in, I think just like drops. I don't know if they were antibiotic drops or not. And they also put in numbing drops. And so the procedure began. So the first eye they began working on, I believe, was my right eye. And they used an eye clamp to keep my eyes wide open, obviously, so they can perform the task at hand. And I obviously am awake for this. Now, something that was offered prior to the actual surgery was Valium. I don't know if that was to like make sure your eyes were like dilated or to like keep you kind of relaxed during the procedure, because I'm, a lot of people have anxiety before that procedure. I did not have anxiety during before the procedure, so I didn't feel the need to take the Valium. And so so my eye is being held back by an eye clamp, and they're going in. I think the first thing they do is cut the flap of the cornea of your eye, and then do whatever they have to do there. And then I will say, when they cut the flap, like, you can't see like anymore. For me, I believe it was like grayish black, which was kind of a scary experience, to be honest, because you know that your flat was literally just cut and there's no going back from that in a way. So yeah, kind of scary. But after that, the doctor was telling me to just keep staring at the laser, keep staring at the laser. I think that whole process was like 30 to 45 seconds, and then we moved on to the next eye and they did the same thing. Then after that, I think we moved, or my body moved to this other section of that giant machine, and in that area I think he did something with my eye. Pretty much after that, I said the whole process was like 5 minutes long, not long at all. So then after that, they pretty much took me back to the room I was in before, and they explained, post-care instructions. And like I said earlier, I took care of David during his LASIK eye surgery, and then he took care of me, obviously, for mine. So like, in terms of recovery, it was relatively easy. Most of it, I think literally all of it, consisted of just putting eye drops in my eyes for like 4 to 5 times a day for like a week or something like that. Obviously, you're not allowed to wear makeup or like other things you normally would do for a certain amount of time. Like I said, don't wear makeup like at all, like normally. So I didn't have to worry about that aspect of things. Something that was kind of cool, I guess, is after I got done with my surgery, the team told me that I happened to be the first patient of 2023, which is funny. But I don't know, that was kind of cool. I thought I had that in here. So yeah, I would say overall my LASIK experience was pretty sound. But that's another reason I've been kind of like not posting on YouTube, is because I just wanted to ensure my eyes had the best chance of recovery. And again, definitely one of the best decisions I've made this far in my life, and I'm super proud of this. I will also say that one of the weirdest things that I kind of was dealing with like after I got the surgery is just like the realization that I can just go to sleep. So I used to wear daily contact lenses, so the idea is you take them out every single night. And so after I got LASIK, my brain was like, oh, take out your contacts. And I would have to be like to my brain, no, you got LASIK. You don't have contacts in anymore. So I don't know. That was just something funny I thought I'd add in, because it's like literally took like a week or two to like finally like tell myself like you aren't wearing any contacts. So obviously, if you have, bad vision and you're interested in LASIK, obviously, weigh your options for getting it. I would say the chances of error is really, really rare. Obviously, anything can happen. Everyone's bodies are different. But definitely, do your research, essentially. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my LASIK eye surgery experience. As always, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.